Okay. Oh, close out. Pretty.
Sorry. You don't want that. For those of you that just walked in, we're doing 5 calories, 5 zombie squats, 5 push-ups, 3 rounds of that. And then you're building into your front squat or clean. So clean, I tried to leave some space, but if you need a rack, I can easily grab you a rack. So just let me know. Is my sound actually on? Yes, it is. Okay. Like how many rounds you're supposed to do? The snatch that I made you, I just had you do 4 to 6 snatches last week. Oh yeah, it's where you wrap it around this pole or the rig, and it's gonna be right at that scapular angle right there.
Full torso, right?
Yeah, that's a pretty thick band. Well, if you can get into that, that's great. You might want to use one of the like purple or green ones though. That's a pretty thick band. And then it's just overhead. Well, and you have that PVC pipe, so it's here, and then you pull it back, and it just turns on all of those paraspinals. I'm just gonna get a few out because I feel like people need a rack and they're not telling me. So once you close out those 3 rounds of the 5, 5, and 5, you can start building load for that front squat or that clean. I grabbed out 2 extra racks just in case if anyone needs them. These 2 are open. Are you doing cleans or front squats today?
Cleans are
correct. Well, except it's more like that, but yes. I know what you mean.
although that's probably what it is. What about the planes or squat?
I feel like we have a little bit of a variation. So it depends on you'll be able to get heavier with squats than with cleans, but cleans are a more powerful movement and it's a more technical movement. So kind of depends. Do you want more power or do you want to be heavier? Brilliant. Again, you got about 6 minutes to build to that starting load. Well, the only load that you'll be using today.
I've done cleans like one time.
Mm-hmm.
What weights? I don't even know like where.
You want to start light. I want to see how you move through it first. And I want you, instead of starting from the ground, I want you to go from above the head. So to warm up, I want you to start in the pocket. This is what we call the pocket position, because this is where you technically should explode from. So I want you to do like 5 where you're just here and you extend your hips and catch and stand. And I want you to pause 2 seconds in that catch just to express control before you stand. So do 5 of those, and then you're here, and then you send your hips back, and then you reverse it, where you always essentially end up there. So yeah, so that's called a hang clean. So just to warm up, I'll do 5 of those. The full clean is technically from the ground, but that's where people start, kind of their technique starts going in the garbage. So I would say if you want to keep it kind of heavy and with technique, just going from above the knees today, start just in the pocket. So you stand up taller, and just stand all the way tall, knuckles down to the ground, and then sink your hips back and knees out. That's the pocket. Squeeze your shoulder blades back and keep long arms, knuckles to the ground. That's the pocket position where you'll notice how you want it to go away. I need you to go up with it. So don't hit me. See how you still want to use your arms instead of your hips though? So you're more so, that's better. Yep. Okay. And then do it even faster, but don't hit me. There you go. Do it again. There you go. That's good. Now you're compensating a little bit by you're jumping back, so you know what I mean, because you're still using your elbows a little bit, but that's what it should feel like. It should feel like it's coming from your hips more, and your arms are more of a guide to catch. So think fast elbows, but strong hips. Fast elbows, strong hips. But yeah, you got it. And then you can start adding a little bit of load. Want to know what I want you to do today? Do you see how you end up standing so fast? You like get there and you have to stand immediately. That's a clue to me that you're not standing or you're not catching in a stable position. So your drill is that when you get into the catch position, you need to stay there for 2 seconds before you're allowed to stand. They can just be power cleans if you want. If you want them to be a squat clean, you can. If you want to do a squat clean, you can. It depends on what you need to work on. So if I saw this workout, I can power clean way heavier than I can squat clean, which shouldn't be how it is. You should be able to squat clean more than you power clean. And so if I saw this, I would do squat cleans because I'm bad at it and I know I need to work on it.
Bad at.
No. I'm pretty sure it doesn't pull, but no. We've got about 2 minutes before we're going to get this clock rolling. Let me see it again. Yep. There. Yes. There you go. There you go, Dars. So is everyone at the weight that they want to use? Yes. So again, every minute 45, you are either doing 5 or 6 front squats, or you're doing 4 to 6 cleans. The cleans don't have to be touch and go. You can drop the bar and do like 4 singles if you want. Okay, you get to choose. Any questions before we get rolling? All right, this clock is going in 10. Let's get a little bit more.
Floor press.
Yes, floor presses are after. So a bench press. All right, when you're ready, you can begin. I'll get some other music going.
Oh. Busted. Go past that.
Oh, yeah, it's the, I can fix it in 2 seconds. In for enough time, no postcode empty. Oh. This is in the way of that. I moved it. Just say for us. There we go. Okay. It's fixed for at least now. They just pressed it that way. If you want to use it, it's there. So we got about 28 seconds before we're gonna hit round 2. And I will crack the code. Others on the train. No, 4 presses after. So we do 4 rounds of this, and then we'll do the 4 press. I was just too lazy to write out the whole 4 rounds. I was just like, that's why they have me. I'll tell them what to do. All right, round 2 of 4. Lead with the elbows up, tall, tall, tall chest. Nice. Wait up. I literally in your head count 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000 before you're allowed to move your knees. Okay, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. Ah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Just under a minute. You seem a little, are we just focused or are we like sleepy? Sleepy. Okay, that's what I thought. Those were the vibes. It's like, it doesn't seem focused, it seems exhausted. All right, 20 seconds, round 3 of 4. Do, 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 do. 10. Going in 3, 2, 1. Here you go. You got it. I think so. I was trying to decide.
Okay, try again.
I like how smooth it is. I think you're getting just a smidge away from yourself here, but you do kind of bring it back, which I think is good. Yeah, I think you're doing great. If anything, well, it depends on how you feel right now. And I know that we don't want to create too much pressure. The only thing I would say, if those were the circumstances, is like add weight, because sometimes under the pressure of weight, that's where some movement patterns, where it's when it's lighter, they don't come out, but that's when it comes out. But I think, yeah. All right. So in 45 seconds, we have our last round of these movements. Whenever you're done with them, you can strip the bars and start prepping for that floor press. If you want it to be a bench press and grab one of the benches over there, that's awesome. More power to you. It's 5 or 6 reps. So whenever you kind of prep for that, you don't start until we'll all start together, and we'll again be on a 1:45 clock. But whenever you're done with this, you can prep for it and do a few practice sets and get to the weight you want to use. All right, 10 seconds. All right, when you're ready, go ahead. There you go. I'd say overall pretty good. This is our last set, and next week we'll be doing other things. But to keep in mind, next time we do cleans, is you have what we call a muted hip. Sorry, a muted hip means that because you're an athlete, like you want to win the drill, right? And so you know that you have to get back into this position, and so you're cheating by you're going here, and your hip doesn't fully extend, and then you get there. And so to keep in mind for next time, to really get the power, you need to get here and then get to it. Very, very common fault that people do. But overall, good. I like the speed and I like the sound and like explosiveness of your feet. It shows stability. So those things are all good. So right now you are doing some warm-up sets into your floor press. If anybody, some of my floor people over here, there's 2 open racks. If anybody wants to do the floor press from a rack instead of going from the floor, there's 2 open racks. We'll get going in about 2 minutes here. 2 or 3 minutes to get to the weight that you want to use. Again, 5 or 6 reps. You're welcome. Yeah, could you feel the difference of how your body wanted to rush through it because it wasn't? Yeah.
I felt like, oh, I just got way forward or I caught back.
Yep. That's all good. Whenever you can add a pause in there, it shows a lot. I'll do the same exact thing where it's like,
Well,
yeah, which the positive thing about that, the positive side is that's kind of telling me that you're coming off the balls of your feet, which is kind of a good thing because you are jumping, like there's explosiveness, but if you're catching there, it means that it's not stable and that's why you have to rush through it. About 2-ish minutes before we're going to get going. This is our last week of these movements, so hopefully this is your heaviest yet that you can get with these. If you need a spotter, I'm there for you. I can deadlift a lot of weight, so I could just pull it right off of you. You're no big deal. I'm sad. All right, same format. Every minute 45, you're doing 5 or 6 reps of this floor press. All right. Any questions? All right, you're gonna kill it. We're going into 10. 5, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Okay, 1 minute. We got 35. Also, keep in mind with that weight, if you felt as though you could have done 3, 4, 5 more reps, you probably need to go up and weight. Not probably, you should go up and weight. It should feel like you might have a rep or 2 in reserve by the end of your 5 or 6 reps. 10 seconds. You're going in 5, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, how has February been going for you? When I was a teacher, I felt like February was the longest month always.
We got a little bit of vacation next week. That's how we break it up.
That'd be nice.
Yes, this is back to January to spring break, and we always are spring break is late, it's not to the first week of April.
Oh, really? Oh, that is late.
So, it's a long stretch, but.
Dang.
Okay,
That's good.
It's been a really good assistant right now.
That's awesome. That's good. Got 30 seconds. I had,
One of the nicest months to teach them is it's not a lot going on, so like. If I January, February,
oh, they're like tuned in. It's true. Yeah, it's when they when it's like getting time for summer break, like May, you're just like, what's happening? No, it's like nothing's happening. All right, round 3, when you're ready, go ahead. There you go. Don't even make it out. And grab you up inside. All right, 1 minute before we hit our final set of these floor press, then we're gonna go into 6 chin-ups and 6 per side of a kickstand RDL. So once you're done with your 4th and final set, you can strip the bars, put them away, and you can grab a heavy kettlebell, or if you want to do them with dumbbells, I don't care, that's fine too. And then set up, if you need like bands or anything for your chin-up station, you can get that going. And then you can start whenever you're ready. So once you kind of warmed up to the weight that you want, we're not going to be following a particular clock. I'm just going to let you roll, and we'll need to move on to the next thing by, 6:40 or so. Sound good? Cool. 20, sure. Enthusiasm. All right, 15 seconds before you start your final set. Three, 2, 1. Nice. Again, whenever you're ready to start, you have at least 10 minutes, 12 minutes before we'll go to the next thing. So whenever you're ready to start your 3 rounds of your chin-ups and kickstand, you can just roll right into that. And Catherine, if you want, you can do it supinated. Then it's a little bit more bicep just to mimic the chin up. Run away, run away, oh, oh, oh. Ah. Myself, my freedom, hey. Purple? Yep. Oh, thanks. How was your weekend? Good. So then, really good. Yeah. Especially because you have like kids in sports and stuff right now. I feel like that makes it, especially when you're just having to drive them around every place, it kind of blends it. It was good. It's chill. It's fun. Again, whenever you're ready to start those 3 rounds, you can just begin. 6 chin-ups, 6 per side of that kickstand. So heavy RDL. There's a winner, don't quit on themselves. The whole crew is doing RDLs together. Super cute. Should have taken a picture. You guys could have framed it. Then you just show it to Greg, like, where are you, buddy? Come on. He goes to 8 a.m.? Okay. Back like in 2020 when we would work out outside, like in that parking lot. Yeah, that was fun.
Me and Janelle and Catherine and Elizabeth. Every day.
Yeah, fun times. That was fun. I don't really remember the naps. I feel like some people have, like, I think mosquitoes and gnats are attracted to some people's blood more than others. Yeah. The little girl that I live with, the poor thing, she needs to move. She loves Minnesota, but she needs to move away where there's no mosquitoes because she just gets welts. Like she's allergic to them, but they love her. They find her. No one else gets bit, and she gets 5. We're like, oh, Kate, I'm so sorry. So I wanna, I'm gonna pick my death. Yeah. There you go.
When I went to England, there was like some vitamin they chose to take, like.
Did it help?
Basic dose of some vitamin for like 2 weeks at a time.
That's interesting.
They weren't-
I wonder what that would have. Riboflavin? I wonder what that would have been. Oh, golly. To see. I know what's crazy about what is it? Anopheles, whatever, the mosquito that does malaria, where it like literally changes your blood so that you attract more of those types of mosquitoes. Like it literally changes how does it like because of its it like synthesizes a protein and literally it'll attract more of those mosquitoes because it's a prion. It's not a virus or anything. It's like a parasite almost. So it's crazy.
Free book about it, dealing it and Montreal.
Yeah.
And that's when the doctor was supervising the whole thing was like, there was a big argument between these 2 guys because the one guy had basically figured out that it was the mosquitoes.
Yeah.
And they had this big like garden where all the workers and officers, especially all the officers live. And they had these like planters
Yeah.
and they would just collect rainwater. And they did this giant project to cure malaria where they covered all the cisterns
Yeah.
and they basically drained the swamps. And that was like, when they actually figured it out.
Isn't it like I think it's so crazy. I was reading something for my nutrition class about like pellagra and how it started. And the guy, because they had this like rough skin because it's a vitamin deficiency, and that's how people get pellagra. And he was like, I don't think this is a germ. I think this is nutritional. And they got to the place where they had these prisoners and were experimenting on them and like restricting their diets. And they got to the point where they like would swab the inside of their nose, mouth, and then just like lick it and like even take the scabs off them and eat it to prove, because no one believed them. They're like, this isn't a germ, like it's nutritional. And it's like, that's disgusting. But also to like have such a passion for your work and to have such a mind, it's like, this isn't a germ. I know what this is.
Malaria, they did like sick work where it's like other stuff.
Yeah.
They have like, there's no transmission.
Yeah. Avoid it. So interesting. Very important work. As you're closing out your 3rd round, once you're done with your 3rd round, you can put your kettlebell away and that'll let me know that you're done and we're ready to move on to the last piece. It's just like a 5-minute sprint effort, essentially. So once I see all the kettlebells away and you're at a piece of cardio equipment, that lets me know you're ready to move on to the last piece. Sounds good. Have fun. This is a pretty fun sprint effort, though. It's only 5 minutes if you want to stay for it.
I'm like a little excited.
That's fair. Yeah, maybe sprinting wouldn't be the best for that then. Bye, Pete. See you Wednesday. All right, let's talk about this last Fit Classic piece here. It's all about a sprint on the bike or the run, and then kind of annoying thing to keep your heart rate up. So it's like a kind of a rest, but not. So it's fun. You have 20 seconds to hit. If you're on the assault runner, 8 calories. If you're on the bike, men are doing 8 calories, women are doing 6 calories. 20 seconds to get that sprint done, okay? Then we'll have a minute where you're going to do 6 sprawls where you have to extend overhead. So none of just here. So none of this baloney. And then I go back down. This doesn't count. So you have to extend up like you're plugging your fingertips into the outlets in the ceiling. If there were outlets in the ceiling, right? Okay. So full stand up. How it worked out for the 5 a.m. class is it took them about 20 seconds to get the sprint done or slightly less. And then they transitioned right into it. And they had about 30 seconds to rest before the next effort. Okay, so that's how it'll roll for us too. We're just doing 4 rounds. Really, it's all about this sprint here. Big, big, big effort here. And then just find a good pace that'll give you about 30 seconds of rest for those sprawls. Cool? So 8 calories, unless you're a woman on the bike, then it's 6 calories. And then 6 sprawls with an overhead extension. What? Less. So how I'm just going to set this interval for 1:20. And so if you end up having to spill your sprint a little bit into the minute sprawl time, that's okay. So essentially we're doing 4 1:20 intervals, okay? 10 seconds. We are going in 5, 3, 2, 1. This is a very aggressive effort, a very aggressive effort. Like 100 cash. Big leg. You 10. Come on. Let's go. 9, 3, 2, 1. If you want to 6 extension. Nice. Yes, exactly. That's exactly how you should be feeling. That meant that you hit the sprint effort right. You hit the correct intensity. We're going to go in 22 seconds, round 2 of 4. Same type of intensity. That was awesome, crew. That was awesome. You've got 10. You're going in 5, 3, 2, 1. You're doing your sprawls. Good work. You have 2 more efforts of this. 30 seconds to keep resting. Ten seconds, round 3. You're going in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Two, nine, 10. Good job. Final effort here. You still have to do the sprawls at the end. Going in 15. You're going in 5, 3, 2, 1, and going. Just knock these out, just knock these out, and then you're done. Good work. A little sprint piece at the end. Good job. That's all we got for you today. And you already cleaned everything up. So enjoy the rest of your Monday. Let me know if you have any questions. This was the last week of those front squats cleans. I know we've been doing this I crossed my heart that this is last. So new cycle will be starting next week, switching some things up. So good work on this cycle. Good work.